I listened to your whole mixtape, the new one, Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 2, and it's like, you actually got some lines in there, and you write your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, as someone who's been listening to rap most of his life, it's like, I know the difference between someone who's just bullshitting and someone who's like, okay, like I sat here and crafted this verse, and I'm saying some shit that you wouldn't expect me to say, and so forth. And like, I guess a lot of people just assume that you are a ghostwriter, or you got, someone's just writing for you, but you actually do all your own shit.
Yeah. The thing is that I'm from New York. And I listen to hip hop like practically my whole life. And then as I'm writing things, I study when these guys be freestyling, what is considered bars, what are considered metaphors. And it's just like, and this is why I'm so grateful that I went to school, because I get to put things together. Like my vocabulary is not the greatest, but I do read. I just decide to go this route because it's like street lingo, like what's up?
Well, I noticed that on the song "What's Poppin',"
Yeah.
you actually quoted Lil Kim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that one of your favorites?
Of course. She has to be everybody's favorite. Like, well, the type of things that she used to say, I used to be into. Like, I always used to like the slutty talk. Like, yeah, wow, this is so cool. Even when I was a virgin, it was like I think it's like an alter ego thing. You see, women like to feel that way. Every woman like to feel that way.
Yeah, and what I noticed that on your mixtape, you didn't really have any kind of big name features. Well, I think you had like a reggae feature on there, but and you had Casanova 2 times on there, but there was no like big names. It seemed like you wanted to just focus on yourself.
Yeah, I wanted to focus on myself. And then I also thought too, because I'm cheap. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I could pay an artist, because I don't really know a lot of artists. I don't really interact with people too much. I'm the type of person, I get paid to host and I go home. I'm not the type of person to be on people's faces and everything. Even when I was a dancer and artists used to come in the club, it's like I never really got, hey, how are you? What's your name? No, I shake my ass. I want my money back. So, in order for me like to get artists, it's like I guess I have to pay them, and it's like, do I really want to pay these artists to make a song with me for a mixtape? No, I'll save that little money for my album. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is a free mixtape. People are buying it
Right.
because it's good and people support me, but it's free. It don't make no sense to give somebody whatever the hell they asking for a free mixtape. Like I never really want to bother nobody, because the people that are on my mixtape is people that like, yo, I really like your music and I feel like you're gonna go far. So let's do this song together because I believe that you're going to go far. It's the people on my mixtape are the people that believe in me. So it's like, all right, thank you. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, Casanova sounds great also. Like, on
Yes.
that song with you.
Yeah.
We actually just interviewed him like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, he's on some shit, for real.
Yeah.
So I noticed that like in your music and in your conversation, you use the N-word a lot.
Yeah.
And this is like one of the most loaded words. I mean, I would say this is the most loaded word in the English language. I remember at one point there was a whole thing where Jennifer Lopez used it in one of her verses. I think Ja Rule wrote the verse, but she used it, and there was this whole backlash over like Latinos using the N-word and so forth like that. Like, what's your approach to that?
It's something that like is like a lingo. Like even if I want to stop saying it, I really can't stop saying it. Like I'm sorry. Like it seems like it's something that is so normal, which is bad, but like it is what it is. And if it comes to the fact that she's Latina, like My parents, my father's side, we're Spanish, we're Hispanic and everything. But it's like, where do them Spanish people came from? Where them Latina people came from? They mixed people, you know. We mix with African, European, what is it? Mulattic and everything, and it's just like, what am I considered? And at the end of the day, like Latinos and Hispanic, they are considered a minority. Like you think white folks see is Hispanic and black people like, oh yeah, they're Hispanic, they're black. No, we are all considered the same to them. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, you actually talked about in one of your interviews that you feel like that dark skinned girls don't get praised by society as much as light skinned girls.
Yes, it's true. Have you ever been to a strip club in New York? It's kind of sad. Do you know that right now in the strip club in New York, the bartenders are the new thing right now? And if you notice, they don't even hire black bartenders in New York City strip clubs, which is sad
Why do you think that is?
because I feel like people is having these fetish with these girls that they consider exotic, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel you. I mean, I think like America as a whole is getting more mixed. You know, you're starting to see more biracial kids and everything else like that.
Yeah,
You know, and I think I remember there was this really interesting interview from years ago. It was with Foxy Brown, and she said that before her, when you look at all the music videos, it was always the light skinned chick, you know, the chick with the long curly hair and everything else like that. And once Foxy came out, dudes was like, yeah, I want that bad dark skinned bitch. Like, yeah, like, you know, she sort of changed the way beauty was viewed in hip hop.
yeah. I mean, it's just sad. I don't know what it is. I have I have dated guys that they're black, and they have told me like, I don't date black girls. And it's like, I be telling them, but you're black, but your mom is black. You don't think that's weird? And then they tell me, well, you don't date Spanish guys, right? And I say, no, I don't. I date black guys. And it's like, so it's a preference thing, which is kind of like absurd to me. But then it's just like, I have a preference myself.
No, I feel you. I mean, I mostly date black girls. I mean, although I've dated pretty much everything, but most of my long-term relationships were with black girls, and clearly I'm not black. But you don't date Spanish guys at all.
No.
Do you have any idea why?
I guess I like first and first I like dark complexion. And it seemed like every dark guy that I ever like, they African American or Jamaican. I don't even like people I think that like is my race, just because I like to date people that are different from me. Like I like to date people that are not like me. I like their culture. I already know my culture. So I want something new to me. You know? If I'll probably date a white person because I want to know more about their culture, but I'm not attractive to light skin, you know? So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone deserves their own preference, you know, but I think that once people say that they don't.
you could have your own preference. You could have your own preference. It's okay. You could like what you wanna like, but don't ever feel like somebody is better than somebody else. Like don't ever be like, oh, like for example, if a guy was to say like, I don't like black girls because those are not my preference. Okay, but don't ever make it seem like I don't like black girls because I think light skinned girls look better. Don't ever be on some like somebody look better than somebody else because of a skin complexion.
Well, but isn't that what you're saying though? If you're saying I fuck with a certain type of person because that's my preference.
But
You're
that's
saying that person looks better to me.
but it's not because it looks better. Cause don't make it seem like, oh, you're not like, a lot of people be like, I like an exotic girl, I like a foreign girl. So it's like, what you trying to say? Because that's like me saying I don't think light skinned men are not exotic and foreign. You feel me?
Yeah.
I just like what I like. I'm never gonna make a light skinned man feel like they less than a dark skinned guy because it's what I like.
Yeah.
Don't
I
ever
feel
make them. I will never make them feel like they less beautiful than what I like.
Yeah.
Don't make
No, I
nobody
understand.
feel like they less beautiful than somebody else.